Robin Hood. Robin Hood has one mission, and that's to fight poverty in New York City. Their goal is to help or lift up 1.8 million of New York's neediest people. Robin Hood finds and funds soup kitchens, homeless shelters, school programs to give the neediest the opportunity to build better lives. The Robin Hood Board of Directors also pays for all administrative costs. So every fundraiser and everything they do, all the money goes to the neediest people.
Thank you, Joe. Meredith.
Joe, is there any update on Aaron Judge?
No, not yet.
Mason Williams recalled from
Here,
AAA.
yeah,
How do you foresee yourself using him?
You know, you could look at a platoon situation, a lot of different things that you can do with Mason. You know, he's a very good outfielder as well, so he'd been playing pretty well in AAA. So he was the next guy in line.
He's been up here before. What do you like about what he's able to do?
Well, I thought he played pretty well when he was up here for that short time last year before he got hurt diving in. He played a very good defense. You know, he hit while he was up here, so you know, he's had a long road to recovery from that shoulder injury that he had, but as I said, he'd been playing pretty well.
Do you have enough confidence in Ref Snyder to put him in the outfield consistently?
Yes, I do.
Sweeney and Brian, right behind you, Sean.
Mason in right field for you, would you do that?
You sure?
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. I mean, I know he's been
Yeah.
best in center. I didn't know if he'd move.
No, I'd put him in right.
Brian.
Joe, does Judge's injury make you accelerate things with Hicks at all, or is he still on the same path?
No, I mean, he's doing great. He had a great day of work today. He will leave for Tampa today to do some BP and stuff, and we will see where he's at after this weekend. Possibly, yeah.
Who else? Andrew.
When do you expect to find out about Judge?
I would think fairly soon. He's having an MRI today.
Okay. And then what have you thought of him? How would you evaluate what he's done at the major league level?
You know, I think that he's had adjustments. Actually, I thought he was starting to swing the bat better. It's unfortunate that, you know, he had this happen. I think his at-bats had been better the last few days. And, you know, he's had his ups and downs, but I think he's done a pretty good job.
In the back there, I think.
How do you go about trying to face Kershaw today when he's kind of limited and still coming back on some kind of pitch count?
Well, I think the big thing is when he gives you an opportunity to hit the ball, you better hit it. Because his stuff is very good, and you hope that he's still rusty. I mean, there's no guarantee that. He hasn't had a whole lot of starts, and I'm sure he's somewhat limited on how many pitches he can go today. So, to me, you better take advantage of every situation you get.
Who else? Dami, good to see you.
Hey, Joe. Is there any aspect that you've observed of having young kids in a pennant race or playoff race that surprised you? Anything that where you felt like, you know, I didn't realize that young kids would be able to handle it this certain way? No. You know, your expectation when they come up is that they're going to be able to handle it. So, to me, you know, I haven't necessarily been surprised. I think they've done a really good job. I think they're prepared to play every day, which I think is what you expect, and you hope that, you know, and you know that that's what they've been taught along the way. I think they've been comfortable in the clubhouse because they had you know, they'd been to spring trainings and had good relationships with the guys, and I think our older guys have done a really good job of embracing that, that they're here. So I haven't really been surprised. We knew they were extremely talented, and they've done a good job.
Anyone else? Brian.
Just looking ahead, how do you think those kids are going to respond to being in a pennant race at Fenway Park? You know, what's that atmosphere?
Could be interesting.
Like? Yeah.
That could be interesting. Everything so far they've handled. So, I mean, are there some tricky things in that ballpark? Yes. I mean, so that could happen to anyone. So if something happens, I'm not going to be surprised. But my expectation is they'll handle it well.
Okay. Oh, Andrew, yep.
Last time we were at Fenway was a little bit of an event. If I told you that then that you're in this position now, what would you think you would have thought? I probably would have said it's probably where we should be. You know, I think that,
You know, we were extremely frustrated where we were as of July 31st. As I said, I told you I expected this club to continue to compete at a high level and to win, and that's what they've done. So, again, the opportunity is in front of us.